Christians and my friend here who says that death means death, not separation from God. It means cessation of life to perish. In other words, death is just annihilation. You don't exist anymore. This is a lie. This is one of Satan's great lies. My friend, not to put you down, but I'm going to ask you, how do you explain Luke 16, the rich man and Lazarus? Here are Christ's words himself. So it was, the beggar died, Lazarus, and was carried by the angels to Abraham's bosom. The rich man, the unbeliever, he also died and was buried, died and buried. Then it says, he being in torments in Hades, after he was dead, he was in torment in Hades. He lifted up his eyes and saw Abraham afar off and Lazarus in Abraham's bosom. Remember, this is after he died. So you see, this rich man, he dies. He lifted up his eyes being in torment after he was dead and buried. How is that? How do you explain that? How do you explain that? In 1 Peter chapter 3, in verse 18, it says here, for Christ also suffered once for sins, the just for the unjust, that he might bring us to God, being put to death in the flesh, but made alive by the Spirit, by whom he went and preached to the spirits in prison. What does he mean by spirits in prison? They were already dead. These were people who died during the time of the flood. So they were dead and yet they were in prison. How is that possible? Where is this prison? What is this prison? If, as you say, death means death and there's no separation from God, it just means cessation of life and to perish. I can go on with this, but I'd like to see how you explain and rationalize away Luke 16, the words of Christ himself, and 1 Peter 3, verse 18, where it says that there are spirits who were in prison. And we know that Satan and demons are never going to die. They're going to be in torment forever. And it says that unbelievers who are deceived by Satan are going to be there as well. Be provoked and be persuaded.